in the past, I have dated both genders.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click that bell button for notifications of the what uploads, baby. And for those who returnees, mineral gang, mineral gang. Listen, and you're Maddie Lane. We're going to talk to you guys about Carlton and Diamond. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Alright, that note was slightly off. But anyway, listen, boom. So, if you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, chill late, you need to get out. Alright, cool. So listen, boom, let's talk about this. Carlton and Diamond. Here's my thing, yeah. I said this from the last episode review. I didn't like the way Carlton was moving, yeah. I don't like self-entitlement. I don't like selfishness. I don't like people who feel they deserve something when it's not entitled to them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I felt with Carlton. Now, in terms of Carlton and Diamond, we know that Carlton is bisexual fluid, okay? And I mentioned this in the last episode. Fluid, which means you are still in the motion of being what? Moving. Fluid. You understand? You're still able to do in and out. Now, I saw a recent tweet on Twitter, and it might not have had anything to do with the particular show, but someone's tweeted and about the fact that black women having a homophobia or biphobia, not wanting to date men who are bi. I'm so freaking sorry. I am so freaking sorry. Because you're bi and I don't want to date you, you now have the entitlement to tell me I have a phobia from dating you. You've lost your freaking mind. And there's nobody to tell you. And I'm going to just put this straight very here. One thing I've always said about the LGBTQA community is this. They take, and they take some more. Because that is what the spirit of pride is. If you call yourself pride, it means there's a spirit that works behind it. The spirit of pride means they are ignorant of God. That's what true pride is. The true meaning of pride is to be ignorant of allowing God to take rulership and sovereignty of your life. Anybody, and not just LGBT, anybody in life, whenever they take God out of the situation, there is room for error and for erring and for evil to take place. This is why there's so much evil in the world amongst men and women. You understand? Now, in this particular case, there's a level of, I thought there was a level of play acting on Carlton's behalf. Yeah, and I felt there's a level of entitlement which is outlandish, which is crazy. And I often don't like to go too hard at people and character assassinate, but I gotta do on this occasion on the aspect of here, because whenever I'm doing Married at First Sight, you guys see it. I talk about the guys and how mad they move. I gotta move it. I gotta talk about another guy here. So when Carlton has omitted the fact that he is bisexual, because you know it's gonna be a rejection, right? If you know it's gonna be a rejection, then why are you entering knowing that this could be a rejection? Why not be open from the beginning? And here's the reason why: you're not open with yourself. You keep saying that you accept yourself. You don't accept yourself. If you did, you just tell us personally what it is. I am black. I'm openly black. Nothing else can do about it. And I'll let you know I'm black. You understand? I accept it, blood. So like if you couldn't see color, I would tell you I'm black. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, if you are something and you accept it yourself, you let other people know, because you're not ashamed and you're not afraid.
I have my fears. I've gone through the thought of, fuck, you met the love of your fucking life, and now.
Now, here's the thing. I understand that this day's and age is not always easy to come out. We get it. But you do not have no right or any leg to stand on to try and withhold that information and then blame the other person for not sticking around, when you knew that that information was critical to trust and to loyalty. You understand? Alright, I've ranted enough. Let's get into the actual video of what we're talking about. So when they were first talking, I knew it was going off from the very beginning. When they started talking, yeah, in the room, yeah, something that men do a lot, yeah, is that they label women with the same characteristics as them in a negative light. So when they were talking, you know, Diamond made a great point that, you know what I like about you, Carlton, you've got a free mouth. Like, you just say whatever you want to say, and that's beautiful.
I just tend to say what comes to mind first.
That's beautiful. I like that about you.
When he was then sitting down eating his little tomato, whatever he was eating, trying to look all sexy, he then said, obviously, you know what, And you know, when you talk with your free mouth, and you know what? I knew you was crazy. I knew he was crazy. You know, I knew I picked a crazy one. Now, he may have been bantering, but the thing is, Diamond didn't take it that way.
In the house.
You thought I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. I knew that from day one.
Well, because I spoke my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. Because why is it when I label you as being free-spirited and talking your freedom, it's okay. But when you label me as being free and speaking my mouth, I'm labeled as crazy. And that's exactly what the world does to women all the time. We try to shut them up. Why do I know that? Because they do it to black people all the time. White people can be aggressive, black people cannot. The moment we are aggressive, we are labeled as something else. The moment we even show our voice up a little bit, we are voiced as something else. And the exact same thing happens to women in general. So when he then labels her as crazy, he's labeled her with a negative connotation, and she's clocked it early and gone, no, I didn't like that. And you watch her facial expression, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. You know. And then he went on to say as well that, you know, she's lucky that she's pretty. Well, this is why we came on the show. He said, lucky you're pretty, others are all punched. It's like, what? Brother, the whole point you came on the show is so you find someone through not their...
You better be happy you're pretty.
Oh, so I get away with stuff because I'm pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Physical attraction. So what is it that what do you mean she's pretty? You're lucky she's pretty. Fam, do you not like her? And that will cause an insecurity in Diamond's mind, because she's thinking to herself, hold on a minute. This was an experiment to find out how we can be compatible without physical looks, and that's the reason why I came on the show. And then now you're telling me that you would only stay because you're lucky. I'm lucky I was staying because you're good looking. What, brother? Deep what you're saying. Listen to the contradiction of where you came on the show for. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's confusion in her mind. So already she's marking against the wall. This guy ain't correct, and his energy is all off. And it has got to a point where she had enough, and she said to him, "Listen, watch your words." And at that point, when she said watch your words, I could tell that she was at the point where she's like, look, I don't want to have an argument with you, but where you're going, I'm not going to do it. And that's where she ended up saying, I'm going to go to the pool, I'm going to leave. Quite sensibly, she left before it escalated. And that's somebody who's obviously, you know, can understand that, you know, it takes a maturity sometimes to walk away. It's not always that you have to hold your ground. Sometimes just walk away, leave it as it is. And that's what she did. And so I rate that, because obviously at the end of the day, when it comes to the situation, some people would like to take you to a limit, an edge, and then they leave you there as if you're the only one that brought yourself there. No, you brought me here, and then you're trying to back off like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do. No, you brought me here. Now we're going to do this now. We're going to jump off the cliff. But she made sure that, I'm not going to go to the edge of the cliff with you. I'm not going to leave the situation.
To a pogo stick so you can hop out of your feelings right now.
You know what? You trying to start something.
Whatever.
All right, so I'm just gonna go to the pool.
Very mature aspect to do it with, which then he said something that before that point also as well, there was a situation where I said this about the entitlement, but then also I'm scared of a little airing of control from Damien. There's an aspect of wanting and needing to control the individual. When he said, obviously, I'll get your hat like daddy, and she was like, mummy, and obviously, she only if I get, become a mummy or whatever. Then he said, obviously, I'll get your hat that says, do not fucking touch. What?
Like,
you want one that say mommy?
When I am a mother, I would love to have one.
I'm gonna get you one that says, do not fucking touch.
No, I would not wear that.
Brother, are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you alright? Brother. And that's when I started to realize, okay, cool. This guy is losing it a little bit. He's on edge. And the guilt of holding out information when you should have really released it probably put it on his mind. He's probably nervous seeing her one-to-one now. He probably thinks that she can see through him, etc., etc. That's what guilt would be doing to you. That's what, when you're holding something illicit and information that should be released to the person you're with starts to play on your mind. That's what happens. Your behavior changes. You can see as well that, this insecurity of the fact that he feels that someone will leave him is starting to play through. And so when they go to the pool, I think the one thing that really kind of got me was that obviously he said, oh, you won't like me anymore, you won't want to be with me anymore if I tell you what it is, da 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 da. And the waterworks all started. I'm like, blood, I don't buy your waterworks. Here's why. You have been selfish enough listen to mommy, selfish enough to omit that piece of information from the beginning, knowing it would play a part in the decision making. You've robbed this girl of an opportunity, if she wanted to leave you, to go with someone else. But instead, you were selfish enough to hold her so that she would have to stay. Do you get me? And because of your fear, because of your fear, you didn't give her the option. Do you see what I said about controlling, and see why I said that it can easily lead there? Because once people control because they're fearful. People have to try and control people because they're fearful of what that person may do, good or bad. Do you understand? So that's what happens. So when he doesn't tell her the truth, that's what he's doing. He's controlling the narrative. And then he starts this whole crying business. And I was like I'm not buying it. Blooder. Like, I'm crying about the situation. Then he ends up telling her, I'm bi. Now, not just bi. I'm fluid, cuz. Listen, now, I understand, totally understand, Diamond's perspective. Her eyes was like, whoa.
Away for our wedding. Like, I love Carlton, but I was not prepared for that.
I may leave this earth alone, but I will leave this earth saying I was fucking honest.
And here's why. If we sat in a pause for 5 days, and even at this pool time now, I'm telling you, I know you, and then you come out with information that you've never come out with, and I'm talking about something that is deep and that needed to come out during the 5 days, then yes, I'm going to be bloody shocked. I'm going to be wondering, who are you and who is sitting in front of me? Can I trust you anymore? You see, I keep saying it. Honesty, is not just coming out with something. It is a principle. So here, he was honest because he didn't get asked. He told her, but he told her at an illegitimate time. He should have told her at the beginning. That would have been proper honesty. But he's not honest. He's transparent. In the sense he was open up with it when under scrutiny, but he wasn't honest. So when he's saying, obviously, I've been true to myself, I've been bloody honest, you won't be honest. Because honest would have been a principle that you live by, that at the appropriate time you would have released that information correctly, but you didn't. You waited until you secured her, then released the information so that you felt like, hey, it's a safe space to do so. But it's because you have not accepted yourself, therefore now you couldn't be honest with her. You were ashamed of yourself, so you hid that portion of you. Same way Adam and Eve hid themselves before speaking to God. Yeah? Because they were afraid of what God might do.
I have a lot to worry about.
Well,
you have
in
no
regards to
idea.
me-
You have no idea. You could leave me at any moment. Because I haven't fully opened up.
And then obviously you admitted yourself, Carlton, that you have not fully opened up. You've not been vulnerable and been open with her. Then why you get angry about how she reacts? To the point that where she said, obviously, I gotta go. She tried to comfort him. She rubbed him his back a little bit, but she said, I gotta go because he was starting to get a bit mean, and she needs some time to obviously, figure this out. And he says, just go. I was like, blood, are you nuts? Who are you talking to, blood? You're meant to be someone that you say that you never break my heart. This is what a guy who's promising, I will never break your heart. I care for you. Come and see. It's turned around 360 all of a sudden. Just because you've come to admit that you're bi. Come on, man. Cuz. Come on now, cuz. Come on. So yeah, for me, I want to end it on that note. I think for me, with the Carlton and Diamond situation, Diamond has every right to be annoyed, frustrated, pissed off. She's been lied to. She's been deceived, and she's been pulled into a game of gimmicks and a falsity when it comes to Cameron. To Carlton. He says he's honest, but it hasn't been until they waited to an appropriate time. What, a few weeks before the wedding? Nah, cuz you didn't give people a fair chance. She could have chose someone else, but or even if she wanted to stay with you, fantastic. But never is this a phobia of bi people. No. I'm sorry, you're bi, be bi. But if you're bi, don't expect someone else to say I'm gonna date you and be comfortable. They may not be. You know what I'm saying? They may not be. Simple as. Just not. So yeah, guys, I don't know. What's your thoughts down below? Let us know down below. See how you thought about the situation, because I thought it was a bit mad. But let us know what you think. Do you think differently? Do you think the same? Go on, talk to us. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. More love.